Here we are on day 3 of the ZX9 revival. Went ahead and pulled the shocks that were on it off, and I got up in my attic and I found my old shocks. They've got fluid in there. I'm sure they're bad. I'm sure it's bad, but this is just so we have some sort of dampening while I go through these, because these things have no oil in them whatsoever. So this is only a temporary solution. I know it's got dampening, so for testing more than anything else, swapping forks are easy. We did the brakes yesterday. Those actually seem to be working really well. Crawled up into my attic and found all my old ZX9 parts. So we've got engine parts and stuff over here, which probably don't need much of any of this, but I'm going to hold on to it anyway, especially for the clutch basket and stuff. And then we already seen this basket. I've got another clutch basket in there, starter, a bunch of other stuff. And then I dug out all my old bodywork and more suspension, engine parts. Mainly I wanted these for all the bolts and nuts and hardware and stuff like that to get this thing put back together, because I don't have much in the way of metric hardware. And the reason why I'm doing that, I'm going to put it into my old red. For one, it's my old red. Ooh, there's my gas tank sitting down there. But I've got these, which I've always loved the Kawasaki green, but that one's a really nice panel. No stickers on it. But this guy right here, green and purple, but if we flip it around, it's got some rash. So we're gonna go red. Odd place. So this is going to come off. This tank's got some dents and stuff in it. My fairings are fiberglass. They're not perfect, but I'm going to own this. So I want it back to what I remember 12 years ago. Because this was my favorite bike, and that over there, the TL, was my unicorn bike. When that came out, that was the bike I wanted to own, but I could never afford it. I was able to pick that one up. I don't regret that bike at all, but this and that are two totally different animals. So we're gonna get the forks done. I'm gonna probably have to swap out this under tray with mine. This was already cut out when I got the bike, but I have a undertail that'll go in here, and none of this can be in the way, so I'll just swap the entire plastic piece out, which means all of this, but that's not a big deal. Rode it yesterday. Rides great except for the suspension and the tires. Tires are 2002. So that's where we're at now. We're kicking it off, and I'm gonna get to work. Oh, and the rotors are warped. When you get on the brakes, it sounds like crickets chirping. It's weird. Anyway, I'm gonna get to work, and let's see how far I get today. This is gonna go ahead and wrap up today. I didn't get as much done as I wanted, but I got some of the bodywork mounted. I've got the intake tubes all plumbed up. Got the headlight. I had to do some modifications to the actual fiberglass fairings to get this headlight to mount in. Mocking up side fairings. This one's not even on yet. Just checking to make sure that all the hardware is there. So I know I'm going to have to make a bracket that goes right here. Comes down to this mounting point there. Seats are on. Can't find... There's a little bracket that sits right here. The front lip of this sits under, so the seat can't lift up. So I'm gonna have to make one of those. Yes, it does say ass taxi. It's a friend of mine asked me, who knew my bike before with these plastics on it. He asked me, why didn't you clean them first? You could have washed them before you put it together. It's like, no, that's Murphy's Law. You test fit everything, modify it while your hands are dirty and you're getting grime and crap, because, you know, this has got road grime and crap still all over it. And I just touched that. And so you get it all mocked up, and then you clean it and then put it together for real once you have all the hardware and everything's going to bolt up. I'm going to have to replace that rear shock. It's way too stiff. I have to swap out latches because I've got the key. So I didn't get as much done because we've got an event this weekend that we had to go shopping for. But I got something done. I got something done. This thing right here, my old bike, has got so many memories and stuff. So if you come over here and look, you can see all the paint chips, and each one of these paint chips, so that right there, I actually hit a bird. But all of these have miles of memories. And one day we were sitting, my wife and I were sitting at a gas station. It was sitting on the kickstand, and somebody shifted either her or I, and it stood the bike up. And then it started to fall, so I compensated for it, and that's how that got broken there. So that's a love crack. But that's where we're going to go ahead and leave it for today. This makes me so happy and so excited to see it, just with these plastics that have been sitting in my attic for a decade or more. I'm very excited to get this thing buttoned up, cleaned up, new tires on it, because obviously those things are crap. Alright, I'm going to stop rambling because I can just sit here and look at this thing all day. Hope everybody has a good night. I'm excited.